Hi guys, it's Maya here and I'm back again with another what I eat in a day vegan video. I have so much fun making these videos and sharing them with you guys because I think it's lots of fun to come up with new creative recipes while we are in quarantine and lockdown and even just in general. So today I'm going to dive into some fun little recipes. Some of them are new ones I've tried. They're a little bit more complicated than my last video, but they're still very accessible. So let's get started. P.S. Look at this cute little avocado seed that I'm trying to grow. I know it's gonna take forever for it to sprout, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So first I am just preheating my oven to 400 degrees. Then I am taking out my marinated tofu, which is with the Edgy Veggies bacon marinade recipe. I'll link down below. I just marinate it overnight for about 12 hours and then it's good to go. I'm just using 4 pieces for my bagel BLT. They are so flavorful and they cook really nicely in the oven. These are some calla lilies that I'm getting my mom for Mother's Day, which is in a couple days. I think they're really cute. They're purple, which is her favorite color. And yeah, it's hard to get gifts and order stuff online with the slow shipping and stuff. So I think this is a nice, cute little gift that she'll like. Next, I'm just getting my morning coffee ready. It is Kirkland from Costco, and it is the Colombian flavor. It's really delicious. And then I am also just toasting my Everything Bagels by Nature's Harvest. There's no cheese though. And next I am just putting my tofu in the oven because it's ready, and I'm going to leave it in for about 10 minutes, I would say. And then the tomato portion of my BLT I'm prepping. It's grape tomatoes, although I would rather obviously use off the vine tomatoes. Just at the time I just had grape. I am putting some Hellmann's vegan mayo on my bagel, which is super delicious. And then I am just seasoning my kale with some olive oil, salt, pepper, lemon, a bit of garlic powder, and just massaging it up just to give it some flavor and take away the bitterness. It is so delicious. And my tofu is coming along nicely. It's getting a little bit crispy and sizzling. Next I am just adding it onto my bagel, and it has a nice brown color to it. And then I got my tomatoes, and I am just so ready to dive into this bagel BLT. Now my side with this breakfast is a pomegranate quinoa salad with a bit of kale and some cucumber and a little bit of onion, and it is just like a sweet light salad that I made the day before, and it pairs nicely with the BLT, and you get a little bit more greens, which is always good. And I just add a maple balsamic vinaigrette on top just for a little bit of extra sweetness. I am so excited to dig into this breakfast. It's almost a lunch pretty much. It's pretty crazy, but I love it. It's so good. Yeah, I have the quinoa salad, which I made yesterday. I have the bagel BLT. Of course, I would have loved to have done it with just regular bread or nice bread, but unfortunately, bagels are all I have at the moment. And of course, I have my classic cup of coffee with hazelnut almond creamer. Yeah, that's what it's called. So here comes the first bite. Oh, it looks so good. I really do wish I had just like off the vine tomatoes or something because the little ones keep falling off. But they taste so good. So flavorful. Shout out to Edgy Veg for the marinade recipe that I used. She uses rice paper, but it works really well with tofu as well if you marinate it. So, delish. So lately I have been doing so much research into cameras. I want to get a new camera and upgrade my quality for you guys. I want to get a 4K camera, which is pretty much the standard for a lot of mirrorless and DSLRs nowadays. So I want it to be able to shoot 4K for sure. And I want it to also be able to take really nice photos because I want to take really nice blog photos for my Patreon. I also want to take nice photos for my Instagram and also just kind of further my skill set in film and photography. I want to create more artistic content for you guys. I did go to school for film in Toronto, so I would like to kind of tap back into that, be a little bit more creative. I don't know if you guys know a lot about cameras, but I kind of narrowed it down to a couple models. There's the Nikon Z6, there's the Fujifilm X-T4, and then there's the Sony A7 III or A7R4 or A7R3. They're all kind of like similar. They're just some are better at photography, some are more updated, but overall From what I've seen, I'm kind of leaning towards the Fujifilm X-T4. It's a fabulous hybrid camera. It shoots in 4K. It can also do slow-mo. And I was thinking it would be really fun to do some food shoots and stuff, like slow motion food and cooking. Like if I have kind of like a little intro for my cooking videos, you know, I feel like it would be fun to kind of have those episodes almost, like that feel, you know, like that show feel. So I'm really excited. I've been saving for so long for new gear. I've been using this G7X for the better part of 3 years, I would say. And it's been good, but it is a point and shoot camera, so it's not the most versatile when it comes to being creative, but obviously I'm just making excuses as well. But I just want something that's a little bit more high-tech. So it is now lunchtime, thank God, and I'm going to be making a delicious yet simple vegan cashew Alfredo pasta. Let's see, maybe we'll put some peas in it, maybe some kale or broccoli, I don't know, we'll see. And I'll have some Gardein chicken on top, of course, because it's delicious. So let's get started. So to start my sauce, I am boiling some water for cashews to soften them, and then I am just dicing up an onion, which I am going to simmer in a pan with a cup of vegetable broth until it gets a little bit more soft. Then I'm just adding in my garlic a few minutes into the onion cooking and getting translucent. Next, I am starting the powder portion of the sauce, which is salt, pepper, the softened cashews. Then I'm adding in some nutritional yeast, and I'm adding in some lemon juice, and then I'm adding in a little bit more vegetable broth. And once the garlic and the onions have completely simmered through and the broth has completely evaporated, I'm just going to add the rest of that as well. And I'm just putting in my spaghetti now. And before my spaghetti finishes boiling, I like to add in a little bit of peas and carrot just to give it a little bit of a softness and not cook it too much. Next, I'm just completing the sauce by adding the onions and then blending them up into a creamy, smooth texture. Everything is all good to go, and I'm adding the sauce, and it is so delicious looking. Just give it a good stir and it will be the creamiest, most delicious Alfredo ever. So making this was a little bit more steps than other stuff I've done, but it was so worth it. The sauce is so delicious. I like to add a little bit of Frank's to it just to give it a little kick. And the Gardein chicken goes so well with it, and the peas and the carrots. They're very like, I don't know, like traditional, like I would say kind of Italian with the Alfredo aspect, but also just like very British with the peas and the carrots. So I don't only do Asian dishes, so this is my versatility coming out. I love how this is like my versatile dish. But yeah, it looks absolutely delicious. I can't wait to dig in. It's so flavorful. It's so good, you guys. This is like one of my new favorite dishes because it's fairly simple to make. You can make a huge batch and then you can eat it for like multiple days. It's so creamy, so delicious. There was, I'm pretty sure, no oil used in this recipe, so, so good. Hi guys, so I've glammed up a little bit and I am ready to make some dinner. It's going to be a little bit lighter and healthier because I did have pasta for lunch, so I want to be a little bit more healthy towards the evening. And it's going to be lots of fun because it's going to be pretty easy. I prepped a lot of the stuff the day before, so you guys will see how easy it is to make bowls once you do meal prepping. Okay, so I have all my ingredients for my bowl here, and I'm just going to start off with a base of quinoa, and I just like to put that in the bowl. So today I'm making 2 portions, one for me, one for Igor. Next, I like to add some kale, which I just kind of sprinkle on top. My kale and my carrots are kind of like one at the moment, so. And then I'm also going to add some beans for some protein. And then I've got cucumber, which I love, it's so fresh. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of onion just to the bean salad, just to give it a little bit of extra zing. And then over here, I actually have my tofu bacon marinade, which I got from Edgy Veg's recipe for her rice paper bacon, and it's absolutely delicious. So I'm just gonna stick that in the oven for 10 minutes and then add it on top, and then I will add the dressing as well. I also wanted to add some sunflower seeds and some grape tomato, a little bit of hemp hearts. Okay, so I'm gonna make a sesame miso dressing with ginger and garlic. So I already have a little bit from yesterday, so I'm just gonna add the ingredients to it. Just add a little bit more to top it up. So I'm just gonna add 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. That's gonna give it a lot of sesame flavor. And then I'm also going to add rice vinegar. And I'm just gonna add 2 teaspoons. Then for soy sauce, I'm going to add a tablespoon, 2 of them actually. And then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of maple syrup, 1.5 tablespoons. Then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of tahini. This is like the hardest thing to scoop out. I'm also going to add a 1/2 tablespoon of miso paste. Then I'm gonna add 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. Also gonna add a little bit of lemon. Okay, then we just stir it up. It's got grated ginger in it, and it also has minced garlic, so those flavors are gonna come out nicely. Now our tofu is ready. Yum, this is what it looks like fresh out of the oven. It looks so good. So the bacon has cooled down a little bit, the tofu-bacon, and I'm just gonna add some to the center part. Looks so good. And now I add the dressing. It's gonna be so delicious and I'm so looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on my What I Eat in a Day vegan video. I know I've made a few of them now, but I hope that they inspire you to get creative in the kitchen and stay healthy and have fun while you're in quarantine. I absolutely love making all these recipes. I love trying new things, and I am currently working on a cookbook. I know I've been saying that for a while, but it is happening. I'm just waiting for a new camera to come in and stuff, and then I want to do some really beautiful photo shoots of the recipes I want to share with you guys. So that's a project I'm working on behind the scenes, which I'm excited about. I also wanted to give a shout out to my Patreon subscribers. As always, thank you so much for all your support, and thank you for anyone who thumbs up this video or comments. It's always nice to have some engagement from you guys, and I will see you guys soon. I'm gonna do more cooking videos in the future, so stay hungry, stay fresh, stay beautiful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.